Thank you for coming to today's virtual presentation. In this presentation, we will be talking about live streaming media and the celebrity that are using the platform for political communication purpose. We'll be using Taiwan as our case study example. The study was done by Dr. Kang and myself. Dr. Kang will not be here, but I will be presenting on his behalf. The growth of live streaming media in Asia has been booming. As you can see that in China, over 4,900 live streaming applications are available. And one of the studies that we consulted by Kang 2018 talk about there's a highly localized characteristics in terms of the platforms, in terms of the celebrity that are become popular. We also noticed that there's a self-enhancing cycle, which means that the celebrity actually help increase the popularity of the platform, and also the popularity of platform also contribute to the popularity of the celebrity. So these are something interesting in terms of the phenomena in Asia. The next I will show you some of the localization platform in Hong Kong and in Taiwan. But before that, the demographics of live streaming audience, according to a research by iResearch in China, they find out that it's still a male-dominated platform with over 70% of the demographics are male. And the number is going to decrease a little bit, but still it's male-dominated. Again, and this is the platform, the slide that we talk about. In Singapore, we have three major platforms, and the different color representing the popularity of the platform by the number of downloading. Okay. In this study, we were focusing on the application of the live streaming media in political communication because it actually offers an alternative media system for people who are interested in politics to bypass traditional media agenda. So it became a phenomenon not in commercial senses, but also in political communication area. We are interested in this study because in 2018, the election actually show the application of live streaming platform. In case that you are not familiar with Taiwan, these are some basic information of Taiwan. One of the most interesting facts is that 88% of Taiwanese are online, and the mobile penetration are actually 100%, which means that people has multiple mobile accounts as well as multiple mobile devices. In 2018, we have seen that the application of live streaming platform in political communication which actually lead to the election of Froggy, one of the famous YouTuber. He got elected to become a Taipei city councilman without spending millions of dollars in advertising budget. Another live streaming celebrity that we will talk about in this presentation will be the fitness club entrepreneur, Guan Zhang. He actually contributed to the election of Han Guoyu, which represent KMT in a city that used to be dominated by the ruling DPP party. And Kaohsiung is the third largest city in Taiwan, used to be controlled by what we call green demographics, contrary to the KMT blue demographics. The objective of the study, we will be kind of giving out some background in terms of the rise of the live streaming media in Taiwan, and we particularly focusing on the political communication application. We borrow from influencer marketing literature that kind of help us to understand the phenomena. Okay. In case that you are not familiar with the term influencer marketing, it's a term quite popular, particularly when social media become a very important platform to deliver advertising message. And these are some statistics showing that why advertiser has become very interested in influencer marketing. Mostly because of traditional advertising media tend to be ignored, and even for digital advertising, people tend to perceive them to be intrusive, and they tend to kind of ignore them. So because of that, many marketers are focusing on using influencer marketing as a way to deliver the message. There has been some study in terms of the influencer marketing. By definition, that's the first part of the slide. And some of the study, for example, the one by Xiao Wang and John Osman, they talk about factors that will influence the effectiveness of influencer marketer or influencer marketing. For example, the trustworthiness, social influence, argument quality of the message, and how much involved the consumer have with the message. And all this actually contribute to the perceived information credibility of YouTube. Another study by Amikang Media Group talk about there's 4 key psychological factors such as liking, authority, reciprocity, and consistency. And they kind of argue that this will contribute to the effectiveness of using influencer marketing. As we talked about earlier, the rise of the influencer marketing because of the people tend to ignore the intrusiveness nature of digital advertising. So as a result, according to the study by eMarketer in 2018, surveying 226 chief media operators, and about 30.5% say that they will increase in focus on using influencer as part of their advertising media mix. Overall, we believe live streaming celebrity as a third-party endorser, and another study by Friedberger et al. In 2010, they use California Q sorting to actually assign 100 attributes to different social media influencers by asking people to kind of rank it. Another study, Jonikers 2011, a theoretical framework kind of use opinion leader on Twitter either as a transmission or transmitter of the message or persuader of the message. So we kind of rely on the literature to talk about our study. This one is from Jonikers 2011, talking about a social influencer can be a transmitter of message or a persuasion of message to change how people perceive political candidates or even vote for them. Okay. Another framework that we find very useful will be Clark's influencer metrics, which is actually based on different dimension, functionality of the social influencer. For example, we can talk about that as a listening, participating, or they can serve as a platform to share or create message. And the contents can be broad or can be focused. Their participation in the live streaming platform can be casual or consistent. So based on these metrics, the metrics actually develop 16 boxes, and we believe that would be useful to analyze the celebrity, live stream celebrity in our study. So our research question talk about the current state of live streaming celebrity in Taiwan, and what actually make them successful, and what are some of the dynamics between the live stream celebrity as well as the political figure. We use a case study because it's a very popular research method. It also actually allow us to kind of explore the phenomena, and while providing very detailed descriptive data. So because our study is exploratory in nature, so we kind of believe that this will be useful. We actually look at the 7 live streaming media celebrity, and usually they have a YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram presence. For example, Ziji Qiqi, which is actually offer contemporary, comments, very short video, 7 minutes short video on what happened every day. And here you see the popularity of the Sasa 77 by referring to their mentioning, reputation, and overall perception. Another case is Froggy, which is actually the one we talked about, famous YouTuber turned city councilman. And the photo kind of showed that he is kind of questioning the Taipei City Mayor during one of the sessions. Another celebrity that we talked about earlier will be a fitness club owner, Guan Zhang, who actually, as you can see in the Facebook screenshot, actually show that he's the one that kind of into gymnasium. And he actually not just as a celebrity, he also organized the anti-red media protest on June 23rd. And without spending money, recruiting, mobilizing, just by using the platform, live streaming platform, over 50,000 people actually participate. Not to mention that over 90,000 people actually watch the protest, live streaming online. Okay, and this photo show that the extent of the protest by the number of people who fill up the square. So based on the theoretical framework or theoretical lens that we talk about, we kind of apply that to study different live streaming celebrity. For example, Guan Zhang, we believe that he kind of began with from celebrity, from a specialist, and then go down to become a celebrity because his specialization in fitness, and then he become a thought leader, sharing his view about many political affairs. Okay, and then we also have another that would be Froggy. Froggy is the one who famous YouTuber, and he's a celebrity. But before that, he's a curator of many contemporary affairs, and then he become a celebrity, and then he become a thought leader, become a councilman, talking about a lot of topics on welfare for young people, and that's pretty much the target audience of the live streaming platform. Some live streaming celebrity remain to be a celebrity without getting into politics. For example, Shalsa77, a syndicator of many contemporary affairs, and then he became a celebrity. He remained to be a celebrity even though politicians want to kind of take advantage of the large fan base. Go back to the other one. Okay. And Hao Fang is another live streaming celebrity, as you can see, from a curator become a celebrity, and again he remained to be a celebrity. And we noticed that many of the live streaming celebrity they function just more than a communicator. As you can see, many of them actually kind of tap into the political arena, become a thought leader, opinion leaders, or even an activist, like such as Guan Zhang. To persuade the public. However, according to our data, we find out that it's a very exploratory observation. We find out that once they get into a political matter, there's a tendency that they will actually become polarize their fan base. So that might be some risk in terms of their interaction with political affairs. Limitation of our study, we only focus on limited number of celebrity on the live streaming media, and definitely we need to kind of expand the sample pool. And again, another limitation will be we are using a very subjective interpretation by the researcher. So in the future, we might actually do like a Q sorting type of a research. Thanks for your attention. If you do have any question, you can email us. This is our email address, as you can see in the screen. Thank you again.